What do you call yourself?
Fantastic. I'm just kidding. No. My real name or my trail name? Feathers is my trail name.
All right, Feathers. Where were you living before you were on the Pacific Crest Trail?
I was living in Nashville, but then I just moved back to Washington State, where I'm from, and threw everything in storage and went and did the Appalachian Trail, and then came out here to do this trail. So technically, I'm kind of just a nomad right now.
Okay.
I'm homeless by choice.
Right. And what are you passionate about, Feathers?
I'm an artist. I do all kinds of weird things. So.
And what kind of what's your art? What's your medium for art? Or do you have
I do murals, acrylic. When I do murals, it can be anything, depends on the surface.
Okay.
And then I do canvases, large scale, usually acrylic. I do multimedia with mixed media on all kinds of things like art boards and just everything. Airbrush. I've done all kinds of things.
That's cool.
So anything I can dabble with, play with wood burnings.
And do you make a living off that, or is it more a side project?
Yes.
You do?
I may be hungry, but I look good.
Oh, that's cool.
Starving artist and starving hiker. Everything I choose to do, it just seems to cause me to starve.
Okay.
No.
And what do you think about the Pacific Crest Trail?
I love it. It's a lot different than the Appalachian Trail, but in its own good way. I like how easy it is.
Yeah, what do you mean by how easy it is?
Well, the Appalachian Trail is really rooty and a lot of just straight up and down, and this one's pretty coasty.
Yeah.
Besides the Sierras this year, we're a little gangster, but that's all right. I learned some mountaineering skills I didn't expect to learn.
Right, I think we all did.
It was beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And could you share a story from your Pacific Crest Trail hike?
Yes. So, decided to climb San Jacinto and got to the top of it, and then decided I wanted in and out, which was 27 miles straight down. And coming down that mountain, about 2 miles from the base, I started to get heat stroke. And usually when I would take a break, I'd take my coat off, or not my coat off, my backpack off and set it down. Well, this particular time, it just hit me so quick that I decided to just plop, and there's this perfect rock that I looked at, and I was like, I'm gonna sit there. And I went to plop down on it, and I felt something thump the back of my backpack, and then I heard a rattle, and it didn't connect right away because I was kind of out of it from, the sun and everything. And then it connected. I stood up real quick, and the snake was connected to my backpack, like the mesh. It had bit the mesh of my backpack because I had trapped it between the rock wall, and the seat that I had sat on.
So you literally sat on.
I literally sat on a rattlesnake. And when I stood up, it was like dangling from behind. Finally, it let go for it and coiled up and looked up at me, and I'm looking at it, and I was hiking this guy horse, and I screamed for him like he was gonna do something.
Oh my god.
And that was a little bit of a shocker.
How long were you on it for?
Not that, I don't know.
Because it felt uncomfortable, kind of.
Well, I didn't feel it under me, so my backpack, I think, is what probably landed on it, or just smashed it or caught it between the rock wall and my bag, because it bit the back of my bag. So I don't know, but it took a second for it to register that that the rattle was the noise and the thump, and that there was something going on behind me. Mm-hmm. And then I stood up, and that was way too close of a call. But I still got in and out.
And then, do you now look very closely where you sit all
yes,
the time?
Definitely, definitely.
Right on.
And I heard a horror story of someone sitting on a rattlesnake not long after that because they had their earbuds on. They didn't hear it.
Really?
Yeah, and they got bit. So, yeah, definitely.
They got bit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had to get airlifted. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so pay attention to where you sit.
Okay.
Especially if you get earbuds on.
And why are you hiking the Pacific Crest Trail? Like, what brought you here? Like, what's...
My daughter decided to move in with her dad after I'd raised her for 17 years so that she could get a college degree through the Air Force, because if she finishes college in California, she gets free college. Or excuse me, she finishes high school in California, she gets free college through the Air Force.
Nice.
So I didn't know what to do with myself. I was kind of just... I've always made breakfast, lunch, and dinner and taken care of her and, worked a couple jobs. And all of a sudden I was like, now what do I do? So I decided to walk across the country, not once, but twice. And then, I did the AT, and then I was like, okay, might as well go for my Triple Crown. So figured I'd do this, and then if I finish this, then next summer I'll do the CDT.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you said before you have a YouTube channel. Do you want to say what that is?
Yeah, it's just Kate Cloud under my real name. So
And what's the food you dream about most when you're hiking?
Lately, it's been Pepsi's.
Pepsi's.
The
Okay.
sweet nectar of the gods.
Okay. No doubt. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much.